Coming up on Mountain News at 6, just days after a London City Council meeting was stopped because not enough members were there, a meeting was held this morning. And a school community is rallying around a young boy battling some serious health issues.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
More drama at today's meeting of the London City Council. There's been a lot of dissension and disagreements in council meetings ever since the process to impeach London Mayor Randall Weddle began. Weddle was impeached, but a judge reinstated him. Today, the council and the mayor did not agree on appointments to the city's ethics board. WYMT's Phil Pendleton shows us what took place in another meeting filled with numerous spectators curious as to what would happen.
Special called meeting.
It would seem the agenda was pretty routine for the London City Council Friday. Ethics board appointments and property tax discussions.
That's the problem. This community deserves us to move on.
But the ethics board appointments became a subject of controversy.
Is questioning the legality of this entire move. So until we have confirmation, I don't think we should do anything.
The City Council did not want to follow Mayor Randall Weddle's suggestion to let the Cumberland Valley Area Development District make the appointments.
Why not just let's solve it and allow a nonpartisan group to have oversight over this?
There was discussion that this is one issue that needs to be talked about further between various attorneys. The City Council said they want their own attorney to be looking into this.
I just would like more information before we do anything.
After the meeting, Mayor Weddle said the council did not take the recommendations that Judge Williams made during impeachment arguments.
You know, he brought that up. You're trying to appoint people to boards, and I asked you not to do that, to let me get through this.
And no action was taken on the ethics board appointment issue. In Laurel County, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
The next meeting of the City Council will be November 3rd, which will be the regular monthly meeting. A Somerset man accused of murder made his first court appearance. James Gleason is accused of shooting and killing Adam Roark early Wednesday morning. Today, a not guilty plea was entered on his behalf. Deputies say they were called to a shooting on Dogwood Lane in Somerset. That's where they say they found Roark dead in his driveway. Gleason was detained at the scene. He's being held on a $1 million bond. He'll be back in court Wednesday afternoon. A jury is recommending a Perry County man serve 3 life sentences after they found him guilty of several child sex crimes. 58-year-old Harrison Kress was convicted of sodomy, incest, and sexual abuse involving children under 12. Attorney General Russell Coleman's office says Kress groomed and exploited multiple children. One of the victims reported Kress's actions to her grandmother after years of abuse, helping lead to his arrest. To report child abuse in Kentucky, you can call 877-KY-SAFE-1. A Wayne County man already charged in a child sexual exploitation investigation is now facing more charges. Investigators say they identified another juvenile victim in Laurel County. State police say 23 new charges have been filed against 25-year-old Jorge Martin Vasquez Jr. This is the 3rd round of charges filed against Vasquez since his initial arrest. He had a little more than a week of freedom, but now Ronald Exantus is once again locked up. The 42-year-old was released from prison last week in Kentucky. He was charged with killing 6-year-old Logan Tipton in 2015. A jury ultimately found him not guilty of murder by reason of insanity, but they did convict him of assault for stabbing Logan's 2 sisters and his father. Kelsey Soto shares more about why officials in Florida are now holding him in their jail.
Bring him all the way back.
Here's Ronald Exantus being taken back into custody just a week after being released from prison. He appears genuinely confused. Sheriff's deputies in Marion County, Florida, slapped cuffs on him for a new misdemeanor charge of failure to register as a convicted felon.
Our hope is maybe we shoulder just a little bit of that burden that the Tipton family shoulders every single day in thinking of this. And I can't imagine the horror and the sadness that ripped through that family when they realized this man was being released early.
Lieutenant Paul Bloom says the sheriff's office there was monitoring Exantus at a house in Ocala. That home sat right next to an elementary school. However, it's not a violation for him to be living near a school. They say he did, however, fail to register as a felon with their department within 48 hours. It's lined out on this paperwork he signed Monday.
Put him back behind bars where he belongs. And the outrage that we've seen from this nationally, I think stems from a few things. It stems from the seemingly loss of common sense in a judicial system in some places to turn somebody like this back out into the public.
The Marion County Sheriff's Office says they have an entire division dedicated to this type of compliance and enforcement. They aren't sure why he chose to relocate to Florida, but they are aware that he has family in the Sunshine State. They're hoping his stay is a short one.
There's consequences to actions, and I get he was released, from my understanding, on good behavior. Well, I think the overwhelming evil behavior that he exhibited in killing this child and trying to kill others in the same home outweighs any good behavior he could do in the next 400 years.
That was Kelsey Soto reporting. Exantus did appear in court this morning. He is being held without bond. Officials believe this new arrest is a violation of his current parole conditions and are working to try and send him back to Kentucky.
Hi, good evening. Welcome to the weekend. Here we are on a Friday evening with absolutely picture-perfect weather for us fall lovers. It was crisp this morning. We had several thermometers dipping into the upper 30s for the first time this year. Let's start out the view with the campus view from Morehead State University, and some sun, a little cloud cover showing up across the region. Trip down the Mountain Parkway, Red River Gorge. It's a busy place this time of year, any time of year, but especially with those fall colors starting to pop. Forecast into the overnight, it is crisp, may not be quite as chilly as this morning. Instead of upper 30s, we're into the low and mid 40s. Winds are fairly light out there. And just like this morning, if you're in the near the waterways, Big Sandy River, Kentucky River, Cumberland, or across the Licking River, you may have just a hint, as I bite my tongue, just a hint of some fog showing up. Forecast into the day tomorrow looks really good with that high pressure controlling the weather. 7-day forecast comes your way in just a few.
All right, Chris, thank you. Floyd County law enforcement officers gathered with the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet in Prestonsburg today to announce a new safety project. The Floyd County Sheriff's Office, the Prestonsburg Police Department, and Kentucky State Police are partnering with the Transportation Cabinet for the High Five Rural Safety Traffic Project, coming together to encourage drivers and passengers to wear their seat belts. The partnership brings seatbelt safety to the communities, using several avenues and area events to provide brochures and information to help people understand the importance of wearing seatbelts, using proper child seats, and more, hoping to save lives through High Five.
Anytime we get somebody to put a seatbelt on, it's a win, even if it requires, a $25 citation. I know the law enforcement would much rather issue a warning or citation and someone start wearing their seatbelt than have to go make a notification that somebody's lost a loved one.
The program is already underway in Pike County and is now spreading to several other counties in Kentucky. The hallways at Betsy Lane Elementary were filled with green today as students showed up in their friend's favorite color to support Elijah Minix. WYMT's McKinley Calandrino spoke to folks at the school and Elijah's family.
Elijah Minix is a first grader at Betsy Lane Elementary. His family describes him as always going, and he loves to play outside with all of his favorite animals.
He loves to play with cats and dogs and frogs and turtles and many horses and many goat and many cow.
But one day his family received news that shocked their world. There was an arachnoid cyst on Elijah's brain.
It was imaged and he had multiple MRIs and it didn't show any growth at all. And then Dr. Gump's like, most of these won't grow. So if he has any more symptoms, we'll image him again. As long as he's not having any symptoms, let him play, let him be happy, let him be a normal kid.
But his parents say about 3 months ago, Elijah started experiencing those symptoms, such as headaches and dizziness. He was then scheduled for an open craniotomy for today.
You don't know how big that cyst grown? Probably this big.
His favorite color is green. So as the school we want to show his support. So, you know, and one good thing about Kentucky, Eastern Kentucky especially, is, you know, we lean on each other.
Although Elijah hasn't been able to come to school for a while, his friends and teachers are letting him know that his desk is waiting for him, and they're sending their love and support from the classroom.
You know, we're kind of like we're in waiting on the next step, because as soon as he gets the surgery over with and done, then it's get well cards that we're going to send and show support any way we can to make him feel better so we can get him back in school.
Filling the halls with his favorite color and sending him a piece of home straight to the hospital and sending one back.
Thank you for wearing green for me today. I'm glad that you're praying for me.
In Floyd County, McKinley Calandrino, WYMT Mountain News.
Now, we have learned that Elijah's surgery scheduled for today originally was postponed as he was having issues with asthma. Doctors say he must see a pulmonologist now before they go any further. Folks gathered in downtown Hazard today for a ribbon cutting ceremony. The Eadlin Renewables Pavilion is nearly finished. A huge television still needs to be added. This is on the grand outdoor event space. The stage is expected to be used for various community events. Eadlin Renewables CEO Adam Eadlin was also named a Duke of Hazard. Now, we'll be downtown next Thursday from 5 until 8 to kick off WYMT's 40th anniversary celebration as part of the Thursdays on the Grand event. Coming up, we'll tell you about several events going on this weekend, including the Jenny Wiley Festival in Prestonsburg.